Hey there! Welcome to a deep dive into making money online.
That's right. We're cutting through the noise today.
Getting to that good stuff you actually need.
Exactly.
We're diving into 10 basic concepts to make money online today.
This source is straight to the point.
Yeah, it's a bit rough around the edges, but the author's been there.
They've done that.
So you ready to dig in?
Yeah, let's do it.
The author comes right out and says, no magic button for online riches.
Right off the bat.
I bet you've heard that before, huh?
Oh, yeah, no magic formula.
But then what is there?
Well, this source is different.
How so?
They actually talk about all the stuff they tried before finding success.
Really?
Yeah, instead of acting like they had it all figured out from day one,
Oh, I like that.
emphasize building a solid foundation.
So it's more about having the right pieces, not one magic trick.
100%.
Love it.
They break it down into 4 things.
Okay, I'm listening.
Focus, long-term perspective, ethics, and doing things differently.
All right, let's break those down.
Sounds good.
Focus. That seems pretty straightforward, right?
Especially online.
Yeah, there's always something new grabbing your attention.
Exactly.
So how does the long-term view play into all this?
Well, think about it like building a house.
Right.
You wouldn't expect to lay one brick and boom mansion, right?
Huh. I wish.
It takes time, effort, and a plan.
That makes sense.
You gotta have the vision.
Totally. But what really stood out to me was this whole doing things differently idea.
Oh, yeah.
What's their take on that?
They actually have a great story.
Oh, tell me more.
Back when everyone was obsessed with Facebook ads for e-commerce, they went a different route.
Bold move.
They dove headfirst into influencer marketing before it was a big thing.
Wow, so they were ahead of the curve.
Exactly, and it paid off.
That's awesome.
So yeah, sometimes you gotta zig when everyone else zags.
I love that. It takes guts to go your own way.
For sure.
Okay, so we've got to talk about this next concept.
What's that?
Battling that urge for instant gratification.
Oh, tell me about it.
I am so guilty of this.
The internet is like a breeding ground for that kind of thinking though, right?
Oh, 100%.
Passive income. Make money in your sleep.
Ugh, don't even get me started.
It's everywhere you look.
But you know what I found refreshing about this source?
What's that?
They admit to falling for those traps early on.
Oh.
Yeah, they tried those schemes, saw they rarely worked.
So they learn the hard way, like many of us.
Exactly, and that's what makes them relatable. You know, they're not
Right.
pretending they had it all figured out from the beginning.
It's a journey.
Makes you feel less alone, you know?
Absolutely.
Like it's okay to try things and mess up.
Exactly. It's all part of the process.
So what's the takeaway for our listener here?
It's tempting to chase those quick wins, but real success takes time.
It's a marathon, not a sprint, right?
Exactly. Master a skill, build your reputation, deliver value.
Yeah, love that.
It's about the long game.
Okay, so the next concept they talk about is ownership.
Ownership.
Yeah, which seems a bit out of left field at first.
Interesting. Tell me more about that.
I was a little thrown off by it at first, but it makes sense.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
They tell this story about creating digital menus for a restaurant client,
Okay.
and the client accidentally uploaded the wrong file. Big headache,
Oh, yeah.
right? You can imagine the chaos.
Yeah, that's stressful.
Total recipe for disaster,
Yeah, and it would be so easy to just be like, hey, not my bad, you uploaded the wrong thing.
right? Pass the buck.
Exactly.
But they didn't do that.
Nope.
What did they do?
They owned it, fixed the menu, no complaints, no extra charges.
Wow, really taking the high road.
And guess what?
What happened?
That client became a loyal customer, even referred other people.
No way.
Yeah, because they were professional and solved the problem.
That's amazing. So it's not just about taking the blame when you mess up.
It's bigger than that.
It's about approaching your whole business with that ownership mindset.
Exactly, you're in the driver's seat.
Even when things go wrong.
Especially when things go wrong.
Because let's be real, they totally will at some point.
Oh, for sure, it's inevitable.
You're responsible for finding solutions, learning from it, and moving forward.
That's the name of the game.
I love that. Okay, so how does that tie into ethics?
This is a good one.
Because it's tempting to think anything goes online, right?
It's easy to think that way.
But they make a strong case for ethical practices.
They really do.
So what's their secret sauce?
They call it the customer first philosophy.
Okay, I've heard that before. But what does it actually mean in practice?
It means consistently delivering value, being transparent.
And honest.
Exactly, and never compromising your integrity for a quick buck.
Building that trust is everything, especially online.
Your reputation is everything online.
Because one bad review can really hurt you.
Oh yeah, it spreads like wildfire.
But if you have a ton of great experiences,
Mhm.
people feeling valued.
That's what builds a loyal following.
And leads to growth.
Exactly. So ethics aren't just about doing the right thing.
It's a smart business move, too.
100%. Now let's switch gears a bit.
Okay, what do we have next?
Let's talk about your circle of influence.
Oh, this one really got to me.
Me too. I did a whole audit of my social media after this.
No way, me too.
Seriously.
I looked at who I was following, the content I was consuming, everything.
It makes you think about the impact of your environment.
On your mindset, your motivation, your success.
Everything.
And it's not about cutting people out of your life.
Oh, no.
Or becoming some self-help guru.
It's about being intentional. So ask yourself, are the people around you lifting you up?
Or holding you back.
Are they supporting your growth?
This goes for online and offline, right?
All of it. It's all connected.
Powerful stuff. I love it.
It really makes you think.
Okay, next concept. Purpose.
The big one?
Yeah, it can be intimidating, right?
Finding your why.
Your big life mission.
It can feel like a lot of pressure.
This source keeps it real, though.
Oh, they do.
What's their take?
They share their own why. It's really inspiring.
I'm curious, what is it?
They want freedom and flexibility for their family. That's their purpose.
It doesn't have to be this huge world-changing thing.
Not at all. It can be personal and still powerful.
Exactly, I love that. So it's about creating a life you love.
And that's what keeps you motivated when things get tough.
Because that motivation can fade. But your purpose? That's deeper.
It's your driving force.
Okay, get ready for this next one.
What is it?
Dopamine detox.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Sounds a little out there, right?
It definitely grabs your attention.
But it's actually fascinating.
It's all about how our brains are wired.
Okay, break it down for me.
So dopamine, it's a chemical in your brain, right?
Okay.
And it's released when we experience pleasure.
Makes sense.
And guess what? The online world is like a dopamine playground.
Oh, I know it.
Social media notifications, new emails, online shopping.
Like the constant.
We're bombarded with these little dopamine hits all day long.
So true. It's like a never-ending cycle.
And here's the thing.
What's that?
When we get too used to these easy dopamine hits, it makes it harder to focus on things that take more effort.
Things that have a longer payoff.
Exactly. We want that instant gratification.
We're like, where's my dopamine?
Haha. Basically, and anything that requires patience just seems boring.
It's like our brains get rewired.
Totally. And this is a huge problem in the online business world.
Because it's so easy to get distracted.
Oh, yeah. Shiny object syndrome.
So how do we combat this? Are we supposed to just become dopamine monks?
No, not exactly.
What they suggest?
It's about being mindful. Notice when you're reaching for those quick hits.
To procrastinate?
Exactly.
So it's about awareness.
And intention.
Not deprivation.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
Good, because you don't have to give up all the fun stuff.
Phew. Okay, what else can sabotage our focus?
So let's talk about the minimum effort trap.
Oh man, I am so guilty of this one.
You've all been there.
Especially when deadlines are approaching.
You just want to do the easiest things first.
Check those boxes off the to-do list.
Exactly, even if they're not the most important.
And then we tell ourselves we're being productive.
Look at me, I'm multitasking.
But are we really, though?
Not really, we're just spreading ourselves too thin.
And sacrificing quality for quantity.
Exactly, and the source admits to doing this too.
Really?
Oh yeah, they used to drag things out, do the minimum.
And what happened?
Ended up overwhelmed, burnt out, not happy with the results.
That sounds all too familiar.
And then they discovered this game changer.
Okay, tell me everything.
The Pomodoro technique.
Okay, I think I've heard of this.
Have you?
Isn't that where you work in focus bursts?
Exactly. Set a timer, typically for 25 minutes.
And you focus on just one task.
No distractions, no multitasking, just pure focus.
And then you take a break.
5 minutes or so, then repeat.
So simple, but why does it work so well?
It trains your brain to focus.
Really?
You improve your attention span.
I could definitely use that.
And you get more done.
That's amazing.
It's all about working smarter, not harder.
I love it. So this Pomodoro technique, it's like a brain hack.
Totally. It's a productivity game changer.
I'm going to have to try that one.
You should. It's really helped me.
All right, what's up next?
Let's talk about criticism.
Ooh, yeah.
That's a big one.
Everyone's a critic these days.
Especially online.
It's so easy to hide behind a screen.
And just fire off whatever's on your mind.
No filter.
Exactly. And this source brings up such a good point about criticism.
What?
It often says more about the critic than the person being criticized.
That's interesting. Tell me more.
Think about it. When
Oh.
someone leaves a nasty comment or criticizes your business,
Yeah, it can really sting.
it's usually not even about you.
Really?
It's a reflection of their own stuff.
Like what?
Insecurities, fears, things they wish they were doing.
So they're projecting.
Exactly.
It's easier to tear someone else down.
Than to face your own problems.
Oh, that's deep.
It's a tough pill to swallow sometimes.
But it's true.
The important thing is to not let it derail you.
Easier said than done.
Oh, for sure, but you got to focus on your own path.
Block out the noise.
Exactly. Tune out those negative voices.
Love it. Okay, last but not least,
Burnout.
the dreaded burnout,
It's real,
especially in the online world.
where it feels like you're always on.
It's so easy to get caught up in the hustle.
And forget to take care of yourself.
Exactly. So how do we prevent it?
This source has some really practical tips.
I'm all ears.
They focus on 4 main things:
Okay, lay it on me.
phone use, sleep, food, and movement.
All right, those seem pretty straightforward.
They are, but we often underestimate them.
So true. It's the little things.
Exactly. So first up, phone use.
We kind of touched on this with the dopamine detox.
Yeah, but it's worth repeating.
It's about setting boundaries,
Locating phone-free zone.
turning off notifications,
All of that.
reclaiming your time and attention.
Exactly.
Okay, what about sleep?
This one's obvious, but crucial.
Got to get those Z's.
It's when your body and mind recharge.
And it's not just about quantity, it's about quality too.
100%. A dark, cool room, a relaxing bedtime routine.
All that good stuff.
It makes a difference.
All right, what's next? Food, right?
Think of food as fuel.
Okay, I like that.
We don't put cheap gas in a fancy car.
True, you got to use premium.
Exactly. Nourish your body with good stuff.
Makes sense. And lastly, movement.
You don't have to become a gym rat.
But you got to move your body.
Even a short walk, some stretching.
Yoga, whatever works for you.
Exactly. Make it a habit.
It's all about finding that balance, right?
Finding what works for you and sticking to it.
I love that. Well, this has been amazing.
I agree. So insightful.
We covered so much ground today.
We really did, from building a foundation to preventing burnout.
And everything in between.
The good stuff.
So to our listeners, we hope you feel equipped to tackle your online business dreams.
You've got this.
Thanks for tuning in to this deep dive. Until next time.
See you next time.